Today we're going to be breaking down the Air Jordan 4 Sail Off-White, and I'm going to show you the differences between the real and the fake. Can you tell which one of these shoes is real? Well, if not, by the end of the video, I'll make sure that you know all the ins and outs between these two shoes. Welcome back to the channel. What's up with you guys? How you doing? How you been? If you did not know by now, my name is DJ, and this is the DNA Show. Now, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, join the family, join the squad. You already know what to do, and don't forget to hit that like button because that helps the algorithm so much. But with all that being said, we have to figure out what the differences are between the real and the fake, because we know a lot of people are spending money on this sneaker, and I'm telling you right now, it's anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 depending on the size of the shoe. And I would never want to see anybody get stuck with a fake pair of shoes, so I made sure that I got a fake pair here for you guys as well, so that way you can see the difference between the two and understand that, so when you get ready to go and purchase a pair, you know what to look for. So if you guys haven't seen the full review of the real pair, make sure you go check out that review where I compare those against the Off-White Air Jordan 5 as well. So looking at the top of the box on the lid, you have your clear plastic here. That is similar. The circles are a little bit bigger on the fake box, and the Jumpman is also a little bit bigger on the fake box. This is something that's going to be hard to tell though when you just see one pair in person and not comparing it to the other. It is easy for me to point out right now because I'm looking at the differences between the two. Looking at the size tag here on the front, you can tell where the barcode is at. The sizing is just a little bit bigger. The numbers are closer to the edge. As you can see, the difference between these two right here stacked. And then also there's no perforation here on the fake pair, and then you have your classic retail $200 perforated tag hanging off of the real pair. Also, when you look at the QR code here on the fake pair box, you can tell that it's a little bit more distorted and a lot more blurry. The blacks are blending in a little bit more compared to the QR code here on the real box. Look at the squares in the corners, how much more defined they are, and then the definition in the QR code here on the front of the box. Looking at the plastic on the inside of the box, the plastic is just a little bit more foggy here on the fake pair, and it's a lot more translucent and see-through here on the real pair with the plastic. And then if you look at the Jumpman right here, you can clearly see it's just fully black printed Jumpman right here, and this one's more faded and not really intact. So there's some differences between that as well, just in the quality of the print. Okay, so now let's take it to the sneaker. There's a lot of little details that you definitely should be able to tell just when it looks at kind of like quality control or mishaps when it comes to the fake pair compared to the real pair. So I'll make sure I point those out. And then there's also a couple dead giveaways that I think you should just easily tell just by the instant glance of the shoe. So one of the first things that I want to point out is the Air logo here on the side of the foot. Now on the real pair, it is clearly printed, perfectly printed. And on the fake pair right here, if you see very closely here on the zoomed in shot, you can kind of see like there's these little marks around the letters that's not so clear, and it looks like it's like printed on not correctly, or like there's extra ink on the sides or something like that. Another thing to look at is looking at the toe box and the materials on the upper. They both do feel really well, but the fake pair is just a little bit darker. And if you look at the toe cap right here from this angle looking down at the shoe, you can see the perforated lines all the way around the front of the toe cap on the fake pair. And if you look at it here on the real pair, you can't see any perforations here on the front of the shoe. Another thing that really sticks out to me is the mesh on the upper here on the fake pair. You can see that it's a little bit lighter and more white looking, and then this one is a little bit more sail and blends in with the foot on the real pair. Another thing is you can pinch the mesh right here and pull it, and it's very stretchy. It's almost like a spider web. And if you do it here on the real pair, it's really hard to get a attach of it and even pull any of it at all. But if you see here on the fake pair, look how easy I'm pulling on that. That's not good. One thing that I can say about fake pairs is they do a really good job these days on imitating the authentic versions. And you can see right here, if I'm not breaking down these details, it's kind of just be like,
oh shoot, that looks like the real pair.
And then you have to understand the differences between the two. And there are many levels of fakes that come out. Next up is the paint here around the toe of the foot. You can clearly see the line around the toe is perfectly intact here on the real pair, and then if you look at here on the fake pair, it's all over painted here on the sides, and the paint just doesn't look right. You might see a paint difference on a real pair as well, so make sure you check the other details and not just run with one thing, because there could be a defect on an authentic pair just from quality control or something like that. Now taking it to the back of the foot, I think this is a clear giveaway for me at least, that if you look right here on the real pair, you can see it's half toned and it's kind of got that black down below, and then that white see-through look here at the top. And this one has that white see-through look here at the top, and it's almost kind of like that white down below. It is a darker color, but it's not as dark and it doesn't really look black like this one does. So if it's more faint like this, or you see it's kind of got a green hint or that more of a white hint to it, that's probably a clear indicator for you as well that this pair isn't authentic. Typically when you see the real pair, it's gonna just look more black here at the bottom of the foot. One thing that I noticed about the sock liner as well is here on the fake pair, the white mesh on the inside of the foot is cut a little bit lower than the leather around the outside. And then when you look at the real pair right here, it's all evenly cut here around the back of the ankle, around the Achilles area. So that's another good indicator by looking at the shoe and looking at the cut right here around the leathers to say, is this even or not? Another good indicator for me when it comes to quality of materials is the hang tags and different things like that. So when you look at the fake pair right here, you can see it's easy for me to bend this pair with just a little bit of pressure, right? And if I do it with the real pair, it's a lot harder with the same amount of pressure to even bend that right there. And then when you also look at the tan behind the Air logo right here, you can see that it's rounded on the edges here on the fake pair, and it's a lot more square on the edges here on the real pair, and it's more clear and it just looks a lot more clean. Like I was saying with the Air print on the side of the foot, you can clearly tell like this one is a little bit sloppier than the other one, and that's a big indicator for me at least. Hopefully you notice what I'm saying. So when I'm looking at the zip ties right here, it's honestly pretty hard to tell the difference between the two. The only thing that I could say that I'm noticing is the white print here on the fake pair is more white, more bright, and here on the real pair where it says off-white 2020, it's a little bit more faint, kind of like an off-white white compared to just a pure white. Looking at the inserts right here on the foot, you have your Jordan insert right here with the logo on the front, and then on the fake pair it comes wrapped in paper, and then it's clearly a whole different shape, not even the same thing. It still has that Jordan logo, but if you look at the difference between the two, you can kind of see right there, right? Look at the back, the indent and everything like that, but definitely not the same insert that you would see here on the real pair. Okay, so another good indicator is looking at the insoles like I was saying, and as you can tell right here on the fake pair, it has a little sticker on there. Typically you get a size tag and not no numbers like that, so that's something that's already throwing it off right here for the fake pair. On the new pair right here, you're good to go with the Nike Air like you would typically get. And then this is a big indicator right here. If you see the stripes here on the real pair, how close they get past the ball of the foot over at the front of the toe right here, compared to this one just barely making it to the middle of the ball of the foot here on the fake pair. So when you look at these lines that go across right here, sometimes on the fakes they'll be diagonal lines, or they won't go as high as the real pair would right here. So that's another good indicator when you're looking at a fake. Pull out that insole and check out the lines right there and see if it matches up with a real pair. So another big thing that sticks out for me as well is the tongue right here. So if you're looking at the material and feeling it right here, it just doesn't feel as thick and as durable as it does here on the real pair. It's got a lot more grooves to it and it's a lot more stiff. So if you feel it right here, similar to the netting, how I was talking about how it's kind of loose and kind of soft, it's kind of that same kind of feel here on the tongue on the fake pair. So another good indicator is looking at the outsoles, and if you flip it over right here, you can see that the spacing between the joints and everything right here around the shoe looks really good and typical like an Air Jordan 4. Now we look at the fake pair right here, you can see at the front right here, the tan and the blue, it's like touching. There's like no gap in between it. Those little details like that and looking at the spacing and the portions between the shoe right here is an easy giveaway for me. There should be an entire line that goes through right here and not just a little sliver area right here, but it should be the same width as this area. It should be the same right here as well. Also, the real pair comes with a pair of sail laces, mint laces, black laces, and then white laces. Now if you look at the fake pair, it comes with sail, mint, and black. So there's missing the white pair of laces to go with it as well. You should have 4 pair of laces, not 3. So I hope these detailed shots that I have in the video that I've been popping up throughout this whole time really help you see the differences between the real and the fake. If you ever have to rewind and go back and pause it and look at those images to be able to tell the differences between the two, please do that, because that's going to help educate you and understand the differences between the two. I want you guys to make sure that you're safe, that you're not buying fakes, and you're able to spend your money that you work so hard for on the legit pairs that you want and that you desire. So typically I go to Instagram and I ask the people, what do you think about the shoe? Is this fire or is this trash? But today we got real versus fake. So I'm gonna go to IG and ask the people, but I gotta bring my boy Chase B in here and see if he can really tell, because you know he knows a couple things about shoes, but if he can't tell, that might be a problem.
Alright, let's see. Okay. Definitely going with this one right away is the fake. This is the real. The materials on this one, it's like a lot lighter and it looks like streaky. On this one, it's like just all kind of one color. Then the flight on the tongue is like super bold. I definitely think these are no good. Damn, they actually smell like almost the exact same, bro. What?
You got any other indicators that you can see?
So the real one looks more see-through.
You ready to hear which pair is real and which pair is fake?
Yeah.
So
let's hear it.
the pair on your left, this pair right here,
Yep.
is the real pair. No, I'm just playing. That's the fake pair.
Bro, I was like, what?
This is the real pair. This is the
I was
real
trying
pair.
to do it without looking at the boxes. But yeah, okay, you could definitely tell on the box. That's a dead giveaway.
So it looks like he knows what he's talking about and he was able to figure it out. Typically when you have touched and seen a lot of shoes, you can kind of tell when it looks like materials and consistency with cuts and different things like that. But that comes with experience over time. Now let's go to IG and see what the people think.
I'm wondering, bro. I feel like pictures you could get away with these.
I'll take a good picture on Instagram, bro.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for the results?
Yeah, bro. Seeing that toe box too.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Hold on.
Oh no.
Hold on.
It's not
Okay,
good, bro.
so I just popped up the picture and this is it right here. I said, which one do you think is fake? And I let the people vote. So the picture right here, oh my gosh, bro. 66% of the people said the real pair was fake. And 34% of the people said the fake pair was fake. So that shows you right there alone, the majority of the people don't even know and can't even tell from a photo and can think that a real pair is fake. Which means they're gonna go and probably buy a fake pair of shoes thinking that it's real.
Not good. Gotta stay to the apps.
What?
Bro.
That's crazy. 66% of the people thought the real pair was fake. Hopefully this video can help you guys understand the differences between the two. If you need, again, like I said before, refer back to photos that were posted earlier in the video to look at the comparisons between the real and fake. Take your time, rewind again and again and again, and look at those photos over and over again. So hopefully that can help you guys out. I tried to take the best photos I could so you can see the differences between the two. Bro, what do you think about that? 66%.
That's scary. I mean, like, that picture specifically makes it a little tougher, but like seeing him in person, there's a lot of inconsistencies on his face.
That's wild. That's wild.
That's not good. Definitely don't hit offer up for these.
Oh my. Do your research again and again and again before you just go ahead and pull that trigger and spend the money, and the next thing you know, you got a bad pair of shoes. So I hope this video is helpful. I know there's people out there getting got right now, and I don't want it to happen to you. Alright, you guys, my name is DJ, his name is Chase B. We signing out. I got to go. We gone. Peace.